Hi, Art Seekers. We're here with probably the coolest street artist I have met, coolest woman on the street, Sand. Thank you so
Hello.
much for hanging out.
Thank you.
So tell us first, how did you start to see the street as your canvas?
I wanted to be noticed, so then I decided to do street art. I decided to go into the streets of LA and paint murals. Growing up, I would see a lot of murals all over LA, and I was like, how can I make murals giant like those murals that I see every day when I'm commuting through LA, but my style? And I wanted my style to be cute, girly, girls wearing glasses, girls smiling, girls eating cupcakes, girls with teddy bears. Because that's not really your typical mural. You know, you see a mural and it's very cultural, very LA-ish, the mom with the kid, or a mural about the culture and very, what is it called, political. A lot of political stuff, and I was like, I'm not political, I'm not into that. That's not what I want to focus on when it comes to my murals. People that are like, oh, they're just girly. No, they represent happiness. They represent being a girl in a world full of issues, full of problems, full of what ifs and buts, and you cannot, and maybe you can. You have to wait there. No, yes, maybe. So I was like, I just wanted to do really cute murals. So then I just started painting murals, and it started very small, little dolls, as tall as me, my height level, because I couldn't reach. Then one day I discovered ladders. And that's the way everything started, by me wanting to be seen and by me wanting to expose my talent to everyone.
And how did you start to develop your characters?
I've always had dolls. Ever since there's a comic book that I have around here. I was really into comic books when I was little, so I would always draw the dolls in the comic books. Then I started developing my style. It's been 7 years, and now I finally got my style down. Like, people know I am the girl with the big crazy eyelashes and the big huge eyes, juicy pink lips, and giant characters. And women love my art. Like, I only paint for women. Women and young girls that are going to become women.
So you say your work isn't political, but I think feminism is a
It
politics.
is. It's pretty much feminism. Yeah, it's feminist. I don't paint for guys. I do not care about guys. I have no interest in men, only when I need them. So when I paint, I only think of what girls are going to feel once they see my painting.
There is some symbolism in your work too. You were saying that the teddy bears symbolize something in particular.
Yeah, the teddy bears symbolize men. And the symbolism behind that is they're useless teddy bears. They're very short and they're disposable and replaceable. So whenever you're tired of your toys, you simply get them and you just throw them away, right? And you get a new toy. That's pretty much what it is. You use them and you lose them.
Which of your murals is the most significant to you?
Alvarado and 7th Street is called Stay Golden. I was with somebody for 6 years. 6 years I dedicated my life to a man who supported my art blindly. So he was my first motivation into doing murals. I did not have a vehicle at the time. I couldn't drive. I had no license. I was 17. He was the one that would drive me all over LA, and he fueled my inspiration. You know, he was a man. He didn't tell me, no, you're a girl, you can't do murals. That's a man's word. He was like, babe, yes. You want to be a muralist? Come on, let's get in the car. I got ladders. Let's go. Now I got my own trucks and ladders, but before it was just him. So we broke up, and I was so sad. I couldn't understand why I was with somebody for 6 years, and then all of a sudden, everything consumed, and he started a whole new life. A very serious whole new life. Marriage, children, in less than 3 months. So I was confused. I had no idea what had happened, how, when, where, who is she. So my therapy for a whole half a year was painting this mural. It was a therapy. It was paint therapy. It helped me get through my breakup. So whenever I see it, I'm like, oh my God, that was a moment in time where I was so sad and lost. And a painting, a mural, was the one that kept me sane. Ever since I started showcasing my art in the streets and being outspoken about the way I feel about dating, men, art, women, jealousy, anger, happiness, being an entrepreneur in a world where there's not really a lot of opportunities when it comes to being a girl artist. Like, I've made my art be my business. I've created products with my art, and it's always been very, very successful because my audience understands my art.
Well, you're a very savvy businesswoman, and I think that's another way that people can connect with you.
Yes.
So they see your work on the street, and then they can own a piece of it for an affordable amount, and
Yes.
that's really smart.
I sat down one day and I was like, okay, I don't want to be the typical artist that just makes one painting and you have to starve yourself to death because all you have is one painting. I was like, how can I make my art be accessible to everyone? I think a lot of men and women feel threatened by that. That I'm just so like, oh, but that's just the way I am. Like, I have no choice but to be confident. I have no choice but to just keep going and be happy every single day. Every day I wake up and I'm like, what's next?
How did you develop that confidence, that fearlessness?
By being told no. Every time somebody tells me no, every time I'm gonna get a little bit potty mouth here. Every time somebody tells me fuck you, Stan, you ain't shit, or oh you're such a bitch, or ew, Stan, your dogs are ugly. I'm like, you're feeling something. You're feeling emotion. It's like the more emotion somebody gives me, the more I get like a kick out of it. Like, oh, you don't like me? Oh, like that. Like I don't know. It just fuels me. Like the more I get told no, the more I'm like yes.
Well, I think that's really empowering, and confidence should be about finding how you fit into the world, how you can contribute, what you offer, and then not feeling like you're an imposter. Just go for it. And that's really hard for women in particular.
Because we're so emotional. We're full of emotions and what if and what if. And men love telling you no, no, no. So to me, it's like, no, fuck yeah. No, yes. No, I'm going to go do it. No, well, I'm leaving, bye. Like, I have no stop button. Like, every time I do something new, it's always taking me higher and higher and bigger. Like us sitting here, it's my dream.
You're in a throne.
Me in this throne was my dream. Me in this throne with a pattern of my dolls. It's impossible, but it's not. Everything is possible. So I just don't have, I just don't see barriers. I just don't see a stop sign. All I see is just, yes, go Sam.